so like I said yesterday on How I Spent the Apocalypse, oh wait a minute, I renamed it. The Best Laid Plans. That's right. Okay, so you saw me throw this out of the shop building that I'm trying to clean out. Like I said, there's 4 billion projects in there. It's either stack that shit in the yard or use it up. So what I've decided to do is do as many of those little projects as I can so I don't have crap in the building I want to work in. Okay, so this is not a gutter. My guess from the shape of it would be that this is a ridge cap and that it probably got thrown out because it's got 2 big dents in it, one there and one at the end. Okay, so Tony had it left over from a job, and so because it's not a gutter, when I go to hang it, this part's gonna be flat and that part's gonna stick out too far. Okay, so the water's just gonna hit it and run off. So one of the things I'm gonna do, and I've done this before so I know it'll work, is I'm gonna take a piece of wire. I drilled a couple of holes with my drill. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, although hole drilling, you should know how to do that. You don't know how to drill a hole, there's no help for you. Why are you even bothering to watch this?
Because they want to learn.
How to drill a fucking hole?
Yes.
That's like, yeah.
People have to start somewhere.
Okay, so you want to close that up. I'm going to close that up like that. And basically, you're not going to find the same crap that I'm going to find. It's taken me years to train a whole host of people that have different jobs and stuff to look at their garbage and go, hey, Selena could use that. Okay, so this actually helps my buddy out because at the end of a project, they make him haul stuff off. So what I do is, when he comes to the end of a project, if he has a bunch of stuff he knows I want, he'll call me and I go pick it up for him. So it's a win-win. He doesn't have to haul it off then, and so he can get his job done quicker. And I get all the neat shit he throws away. In fact, I want Lynn to back up, take a picture of this roof. I put this roof on last year. I had saved the metal for it for roughly about 5 years. As you can see, it's a steel roof. Okay, so what happened? This roof comes from 3 different people. One of them, of course, is my roofing friend that, like I said, at the end of a job, I'm paying for a steel roof. Don't take any pieces that are left over, leave them for me. But apparently, most people do not feel that way, and his job isn't over till he hauls it off. So I get a lot of steel from him, but a lot of this came from Toby. Toby had a project he worked on, and he had a shop, and he had leftover, and some of it came from Teresa. Teresa was working at
a storage place.
A storage place, and this was something somebody left. So somebody had left 4 great big pieces of metal. So I put them together, and I tried to make it look like it was, I kind of tried to make a pattern with it so it looked pretty good. But this is how I got a steel roof on my shop.
If I can find any pictures, I'll put stills at the end. I'm not sure if I have them still.
Oh, you mean of the old roof?
No, of the finished roof, this one, the project.
Oh, well, could you not get it?
I don't know if I got a shot, but it's not really good, and I have some great shots.
So what I'm doing is, so why am I doing this? I'm doing this.
Okay.
So I'm doing this because otherwise, like I said, that would get there and it would just, when it hangs flat, this would just hang out and all okay. So even hanging flat now, it's still going to catch water, but I'm also going to take some little boards like this and run along the edge of my 2x4, and that should jet it out just a little bit more and make it more than enough. What kind of wire am I using? Well, I'm using some cheap-ass wire that I bought at Railroad Damage for $1.50. So there you go.
Not baling twine?
Not baling twine. Not today.
Not today.
Not today. Baling twine or baling wire tomorrow. Actually, this is galvanized. I don't want this to rust because I don't like to climb. Believe it or not, an old woman doesn't like to climb up in the air. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Lynn back inside now to watch Mother, because we're still doing that, people. Let me just tell you something. Watching your parents and taking care of your parents or your grandparents or just friends and family that wind up sick, that's also what you have to do when you don't have any freaking money. You got money, you hire somebody to come and help you and take over and do it. But when you're broke, you don't have a lot of choices. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, I don't know. But yeah, that's what you wind up doing. You wind up taking care of people.
So you're sending me back in and I'll come back out?
I'm sending you back in to watch Mom while I get this to a different point so that I can show them what I'm doing.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
All right, so here's what happens. When you're doing a project like this, out of materials that aren't the right materials and that nobody's ever really done before, you have to just kind of think a little bit outside the box. Outside the box. Fuck the boss, he just wants to use you. It's all about screwing the corporations and the bosses. You gotta think outside the box. It's hard for lesbians, but anyway, or men in general. But anyway, so I've got that. I'm gonna have to figure out a box on the end to try to trap the water to put it into this guttering that I actually have left over from my last project. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to use the downspouts or not, so that's going to be one of those things. But one of the things I'm trying to do, and if Lynn will come this way, I'll show you. Years ago, I bought this tank. I got this tank for $25. Because the top was broken and the cage was bent. So, but the tank is perfectly good. Okay, but as you can see, it's got kind of, so I'm gonna have to cut this to have my guttering go in there. I put this on there to keep the water from getting in there, to keep the mosquitoes out. It's the lid off an old garbage can, so there you go. Now it won't close. Okay, so what I need to do though is I need to put a hole in this while I'm working on this, because eventually I want the overflow from this to run into that tank there, because that's going to be another aquaculture tank that'll be in this yard.
That'll be
eventually. That's a long time off. For now, I'd like to have this full, because as you see, I have the same equipment down there to hook it up to, and I can run water to my chicken yard. If it doesn't rain tonight, I'm going to have to haul water to my chicken yard tomorrow. But if I have this, I could run it right in there, so that would be cool. Okay, so do I have any plumbing pieces to do that with? No, I don't fucking have shit. So I had to go to my junk pile, and this is an old thing that came off the pool at one point, and I had to crack it because I couldn't get it undone because I don't need that part. So I'm just going to take that piece and I'm going to put it back in the junk pile inside because the sun will damage that. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drill a hole with my roto tool. Everybody knows what a roto tool is? No? I like to cut plastic with the roto tool. It's really good for cutting plastic. It puts the hole in, and then you make the circle. So I'm going to cut a hole in the side of that tank where I want it to overflow. And I'm going to take this piece that I had in my what if I needed stuff. I'm always buying, if I find plumbing pieces or fasteners super cheap, I just buy them up. So you never know when you're going to need them. That's what this is. Okay, so I'm going to stick this through. I'm going to cement it on, and I'm going to fill that ring where it goes into the tank with silicone. And that's going to be, I haven't decided whether I want this side or this side out. That's a female side. That's the male. Probably going to put the male side out because I can use one of those pool hoses.
Yes,
to
attach, right.
To go to the tank eventually. Because I have 2 or 3 of those that I bought because they were cheap. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll bring you back when I'm on the next step. All right, so as usual, what should have been made simple is not. Because I thought, oh, I want that pipe against the wall so it doesn't get in my way and blah, blah, blah. What I didn't realize is how hard it's going to be to stick my hand through there and hold this part. Lynn's going to have to hold this part for me while I do it. I'm going to have to get up there, stick my arm through there, and try to attach this piece.
Of course.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our old friend Mr. Feed Sack to put over this piece of barbed wire so I don't have to set my ass on that while I'm doing it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We'll see how good an idea it is. I don't freaking know. Okay, and this is a used thing of silicone. I like to keep my silicone, not that kind of silicone, you sick fucks. I like to keep my silicone in a plastic bag. We'll see if this actually, and it's still alive. Okay.
There you go, awesome.
So that's how you do it. Everybody's got these fancy things or these keepers and all this shit. I've never known any of that shit to work, but if I take it and put it in a Ziploc bag, the whole thing, I use a gallon Ziploc bag to do it, then it lives. What was that little ding, 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 ding?
I don't know, my dear. It was not my phone.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's nothing else. Okay, so we got a good bead of silicone. We're going to stick that in the hole I made. Look how round it is. Not at all.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, it's so perfect, a round hole. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see it. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on there and screw it around. Hopefully that silicone will make a nice half-ass tight. God damn it! I always love working in the junkyard because you have so much shit to get stuck on.
Now you need me to hold this.
I need you to hold that. Okay, here's the thing. I've got seconds to climb up here and do this. Oh, God damn it. I gotta go get pliers.
And this is why something simple always turns into something complex.
Because I'm an asshole? What did you... God damn it, Lynn!
That is not what I said. In this occasion, unlike the normal thing, she's actually going to get the right tool. Normally she'd take 10 minutes and try to make what she has work.
Film. Otherwise I would have spent an hour out here trying to make my pocket knife open this damn can. But I just went and got a pair of pliers.
So once you put this on, you have seconds to make it work.
I have seconds to get it on there. And I've got, I don't know how, you know, I'm going to have to get down in there, up there. I'm going to climb up the side of this motherfucker is what I'm going to do. If you say motherfucker a lot, you'll get a lot more work done than all those candy asses that don't like to cuss.
Oh, is that why you do it
yeah,
so much?
That's why I do it so much. Also because I see no sense in pretending like I don't cuss. Although somebody said, you're not going to get as many views if you keep cussing. It's like, yes, because nobody in the entertainment industry ever cusses. Okay.
It's on there, I feel it.
Okay, push in.
I'm pushing as hard as I can.
Go on, you bastard. It won't go on. I'm going to have to go get a fucking...
something. Probably a hammer or a sledgehammer, more than likely, or something to that effect.
I got that shit on my hand, and by the way, I'll burn you.
Yeah, it's a chemical burn.
Okay. Now you get to hold the camera and hold this against that end of that board. Okay, because I'm getting ready to pound on it with a fucking hammer. And that's the way we do things at Castle Farm. And you know, the hard way! The hard way! The stupid way!
It's on there.
Barely. Oh man, I'm stuck
On the barbed wire that you...
on the barbed wire that I very carefully covered. There we go. All right. That's one more thing done.